Morning, brother.
Morning.
My favorite time of day is the morning. Come on. Oh, good morning. Good morning. How'd you sleep? Imagine waking up to this little turd every day. That's what I'm talking about. Best little stinker ever. Crystal clear. We're only about 50 yards from camp right now, right through the woods. We lucked out. There was a pond down the road, but moving water versus just stagnant water, this stuff's a lot better.
The forethought to pack a hammock, you may want to build a roof over your sleeping quarters to protect you from rain or from aerial surveillance. A shelf could be useful as a
we got breakfast going, big old steak, coffee, all that jazz. In the meantime, waiting for the rain to pass, listening to survival skills, audible style. What is it, 100 survival skills, or 100 deadly skills survival edition. There you go. Once the rain passes, first off today, I want to show you guys, go over our new gear.
Note, plastic bottles will leach carcinogenic contaminants when heated.
We're getting hit with a little bit more rain, but the bugs are significantly less. When we first got Jabba, it pretty much was a game changer. Basically let us conquer the elements as soon as we set up. It really allows you to control the conditions a little bit better and kind of set up a good routine, having a nice secure location to put your stuff, edit if you need to. Right now, we're just gonna stick with Jabba and then open top sleeping in Jade, weather permitting, bug permitting, things like that. My absolute favorite of all the setups is sleeping on the roof, open top. But it hasn't been as easy in Maine, and now we're experiencing some more rain in New Hampshire. If I was just by myself again, maybe I'd be up in the pup tent. It's just kind of too small, and I would need to get another pup tent with an actual screen. For the first time last night, we decided to sleep on pads instead of cots. So it actually wasn't bad. Right, Ben, what is your consensus?
My hypotenuse is firmer and they don't hug like a cot. I don't know, I slept fine. Virtually zero setup time.
Yeah, virtually zero setup time. Roll it up, put it away. Cots, it still takes, I mean, if you get it down, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Yeah. And our gear is being used daily, you know, so any kind of parts that can wear out are going to wear out, and they're going to wear out faster. So that's just the nature of living this lifestyle. A lot of this stuff, I don't think it's built all that great. I've broken a pretty decent amount of gear, I'd say, filming and editing all these videos. And I just broke another. It got wet. It's not turning on. So the rain has seemed to let up for a little bit. So, first off, let me show you guys some of our new gear, go over some things. We've had to learn a lot and adapt to the new configuration with Jade, being that everything is open, and also to our new weather conditions being out east in Maine. We've had a lot more rain, a lot more mosquitoes, bugs, things like that. And so it's been a challenge, a fun one though. Wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love it. Let's get up here, show you guys the new net. Recently, my old cargo net failed on me and all the gear flew off. There's nothing up there anymore. Happy 4th of freaking July. This latest net is super secure. 4 connection points on the front and aft of Jade, and on the sides 5 connection points. So total of little bit of math, 18. There's 18 connection points on there, and they're these
quick release.
Yeah, how nice is that versus, you know, basically having to have our own tie down or quick release.
Completely separate, like ratchet strap.
And no bungees, no more bungees, getting rid of that. So, you know, trial and error, elimination process, that's how you get continuous improvements. And this is that. This was the initial replacement net for the cheap one that broke on top of Jade, but we need to come up with our own tie downs on all the sides. Wasn't very happy with how tight you could get it though, and how manageable it was. You know, you're always messing with them and trying to figure out places to anchor it, and the bungee cords I just wanted to get away from as well. So I wanted something that was going to be safe for one. You know, losing all your stuff on the highway, you know, the first thought was I hope there's no one behind me. Luckily no one got hurt. I've lost gear off-road before, but you know, there's usually no one else out there with me or whatever. It's a lot different. You know, you're going a lot slower as well. Having all these attachment points is probably the biggest pro to this net. Also being that it is a custom dimension as well. Jade's roof rack is 54 by 72, and the net we went with was 50 wide by 66. That gave us a little bit of wiggle room to then secure the net to the sides. Seems to work out and fit very well. The rear cargo area underneath now has its own custom net as well. This thing is awesome. The roll bar is in a perfect position for it to connect. My roll bar does have some nice anchor points that I'm utilizing, which is sweet, but the roll bar works perfectly for all these attachment points. Annie now has like a legitimate cage if I really needed to keep her in there and want her to stay in the Jeep. And the net covers all the cargo on all sides really, really well. The least amount of delays and hiccups possible is something I'm trying to achieve, I'm striving for. So if I would have known about these nets, that there's custom nets made for Jeeps, I believe they have all different years, I would have went with those in the beginning. I'd rather just get something really nice, heavy duty, that's gonna last. Do that once instead of messing around with the cheaper stuff and the things that don't quite fit as well, you know, 2-3 times. So just from my little bit of experience doing this, that's the way to go. We have the mounts for these tracks to go on the rear tire, but we also have this rack right here that's gonna probably get in the way. So for sure we can fit them on the roof rack. They are pretty sleek in profile. Hey Annie. It's raining pretty good again, but I think we got a good position for the tracks. We have blue skies, we have sunshine. We have the tracks mounted to the rear tire. Just had to put them on an angle, and that seemed to do the trick. They are out of the way. All right, jerry can fits. There we go. Cooler fits on there nicely. I know they were intended to be mounted vertically, but this is the only way that we could do it. And theirs looks pretty good, huh? And how about that olive drab? You know, that's pretty much the only reason why I even considered these, because the olive drab. There you go. That is the latest overlanding rear tire carrier rack setup. It's crazy to see how far it's came, but those are the clouds. That is the thunderstorm. I'm gonna let this shot go until the rain comes, and then I'm gonna stop it and save my camera from getting wet. Oh, look go! Hey, there's a big storm coming. Just the nick of time. It stopped raining once again, and it's beautiful out. So, with our time, we put this together. Found these on clearance for like $18.96 or something like that at Dick's Sporting Goods. Decided to pick them up and see how they work. So we've been sleeping on them the last couple nights. And now, as you can see, we threw them on the roof to see how they fit. And it fits great. Randomly, where some of the metal mounts are, it has the notches already cut out. Surprisingly fit well. And if I really wanted to use this for something else, it is able to break down pretty easily and be multi-purpose. Gives it a cool texture up here, and I can just sleep up here too with virtually no setup. Just throw a sleeping bag up here and I'm golden. It's beautiful out tonight. It's clear, blue skies. So I'm gonna test this out tonight, sleep up here. We're basically packing up camp tonight, 5 a.m., wake up tomorrow, hit the road and pick up some more mail. New computer because mine crapped out on me, got wet. Another nice thing about sleeping on the roof, then all we'll have to do is roll up the sleeping bags, throw them in a dry bag, and we're ready to go. So, time to pack up, but this camp's been fun. I think we're gonna have a fire before we leave here as well. You know, burn up all this wood we collected. Before I end this video, I have a bunch of thank yous. Raymond Petke, Mike Bales, Evan Carabaugh, and Christopher Therian, who happened to help me do the CJ front grill swap on Jade. And I happened to be stationed with them back in Whiteman. Chris, Ray, Mike, Evan, you guys, really appreciate your support in becoming Patreon pledges. Thank you guys so much.